Hey peeps, Naisha here and welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk a bit about Francesca, John, and Michaela. Basically, I want to talk about like I would say like season 6 of Bridgerton, because I really truly feel like, because for one, I know I'm going to watch it. Like, hey, I'm going to watch it regardless, because I haven't read the books. So um yeah, I haven't read the books, and so far, because I'm loving season 4, and I feel like I feel like because like I'm loving season 4, I'm hoping that season 5 and 6, but mainly 6, I'm hoping that it's a good season, because it just seems like people are not really going to tune in to season 6. And before anyone goes like, oh, it's because some people are homophobic and things like that, I don't even think it's about that. Because truth be told, I feel like you could do the whole, I feel like you could do the whole story. I feel like the story would be, it still would be a great story. Like, even with them changing Michael to Michaela, I feel like it still be interesting. However, they have to do it in a way that makes sense to people, especially those who have read Francesca's story, because I've seen on Instagram and even on YouTube, but mainly on Instagram, I've seen and read how there are most people out there that basically, they relate to Francesca's story. And so it's so because they relate to Francesca's story so much, and they seeing her story get changed and things, they a little, not only relate to it, but Francesca's book is like, I want to say, like, if I'm not like, making any assumptions, I feel like Francesca's book is like one of people's like favorite books, because of how people are going on and on about it. So that's what I'm saying. This is like their favorite book, and some of them were super excited for season 6, and now they're not like super excited for season 6, and I could see why. Because here's the thing: when we first see Francesca and John is in season 3, and we see how they love. It's a quiet love. It's still love regardless. And they just seem so deeply in love. And then at the end of season 3, like, we see Francesca like get like the little spark in her eyes when she sees Michaela. Now, from what people have said in the books, it's actually Michael who is looking at Francesca like that. So my thing is, I'm surprised they don't have Michaela doing that. Like, why they have Francesca doing that? They should have Michaela doing that. Like, looking googly eye at Francesca. It would have been appropriate if it was like the other way around and things like that. Not only that, but in season 4, we also see that, like, we kind of see a bit of not tension, but we could see that, like, it seems like Francesca is going through the motions with John. And John, it seems like John, he's all in it. He's in love with Francesca and things like that. It just seems like he's all, he's all in it and things like that. And of course, they do have moments where it's like, oh, they love each other. Like, he's in love with her and she's in love with him. And then Michaela comes in the picture, and that love, it seems like it dies again. And so I could see why people are feeling some type of way. Like, I feel like if you want to get people hype, especially for season 6, you're going to have to change Francesca up a bit. Like, again, because like I said, like, I feel like people don't mind her being queer and stuff. No one minds her being queer. Like, if anything, I feel like, I feel like if anything, because, like, I ain't gonna lie, in episode 1, because I forgot to mention this, but in episode 1 of season 4, we see Benedict basically grabbing a guy and kissing him. And let me tell you, I was like, ooh, la la la, like it was a little hot, like, okay, and stuff like that. But again, like, I'm pretty sure people didn't bat an eye with it. No one, like, said, oh my goodness, he's kissing a man. Like, no one batted an eye. If anything, everybody was like, sick and that. Like, yeah. So, it's like, again, it's like no one cares about, like, Francesca being, queer. And if anything, people wanted Eloise to be queer and stuff like that. People thought she would be the better choice. I'm gonna be honest, I actually think that they made a good decision in making Francesca, like, queer. However, I do agree with people, like, it would have been better if she didn't make oogly eyes at Michaela and stuff like that. Like, if they would have just, like, because, like, again, I don't know what happens in the books, but if they just would let, like, what happened in the books happen in season 6 and stuff like that, I feel like it would be a beautiful moment and stuff like that. I feel like a second chance at love, because that's the thing. With Francesca book, people said, like, the themes of her book is grief, infertility, and second chance at love. And so I feel like there's a way to do the infertility and the pregnancy, because, like, I don't know, like I said, I don't know about Francesca, but I'm assuming that, she does end up, having kids. I'm assuming. I'm not sure. I'm just assuming. And so, with that being said, I feel like there is a way to do the whole fertility situation and things like that. And like, for instance, this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking what they could do is, like, in the 5th season, because not only are we gonna get Eloise and her love interest, but we also gonna get, like, like, side stories. So if they do make Francesca a side story in season 5, they could have her and John probably, like, like have her being like, with child and end up like, miscarrying, like, having a miscarriage and stuff like that. And either like play that into season 6 in a way, like basically like have her having a miscarriage, this bringing her and John close together and stuff like that. Maybe this could solidify their love for one another. And then maybe like she ends up pregnant again and stuff like that. And and then John ends up dying and she's like, grieving and things like that. And, but she's like, she's kind of holding it in a way because like, she's pregnant with child and she doesn't want to like miscarry again. And maybe Michaela could help her through this and stuff like that. And like, they love could build that way. And maybe like Francesca could like, again have her guilt about, because like, she's grieving over John. And also like, how could she be with someone else? And things like that. And like whatever happens in like, again, Francesca books, like it plays out in like season 6, but a little bit differently in a way. And basically, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. It could probably work like that. I don't know if they're going to do that, but that's what like I'm hoping they do to kind of like balance what's going on, because I feel like people want to just see Francesca not only love Michaela but also love John. Like basically John's her first love, and then of course she gets a second chance at love with Michaela. Like I think people want that more than what we seeing now, which is like it seems like Francesca is settling for John when she's really in love with Michaela. Like, so I'm hoping they like, do something to balance that out, so it's giving the vibe of like, John is her first love and then she has a second chance at love with Michaela. That's what I'm hoping that they would do. But again, we have another season. First of all, like part 2 ain't came out yet, and then we still have season 5, which by the way, I just want to say, when it comes to season 5, can y'all just put out the whole episodes, or just do like every pick a day, every Friday or every Thursday, there'll be a new Bridgerton episode. Like, I'm gonna need for y'all to do something, because this part 1 is part 2. Like it gets kind of boring. it gets annoying. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say about that. I just feel like, because like some people probably are thinking like, oh, they just don't want to see women love women. And it's like, I don't think that's it. I'm thinking that this is their favorite book, and they want to see their favorite book being played out how it was in the book. However, like, hey, things do be a little bit different. And it's like, again, I feel like they could still have the essence of the book, even if it doesn't follow the book. Like, you could still have the themes that people were talking about, like, grief, infertility, second chance at love, and stuff like that. I feel like that could still happen, but however, they are going to have to do it correctly. And it doesn't seem like they're doing it correctly. So yeah. But I feel like it could change. You never know. And stuff like that. Because again, we still have part 2 that we haven't seen yet of season 4, and then we also have season 5, which isn't like, yeah. So it's like, you never know. Maybe they're changed up. Maybe they're actually listen to the audience. Maybe they would actually listen to the audience. And things like that. One could only hope. But that's all I have to say about this topic. Let me know down in the comments below what you think, and if there's a point that I'm missing and things like that, just let me know down in the comments below. And once again, thank you so much for tuning in this long. I appreciate it. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, see ya.